The town is deserted. Most are slain. Some are hoodwinked, outwitted by goblin names. Now a bridge lies torn, complications born, tempers thinly worn in this group. Despite all they've done, they are still not united as one. Draconic steed, hitherto unseen, appropriated from J.R.R. Tolkien. Feats of strength, a graceful landing, no more barriers to stop our team advancing. Garb of skill is much admired. His reputation grows in dice and desire.
We find you here on the south side of the bridge, just about to enter the tower that faces you.
Whoa, I can't believe that we're across the bridge.
Good. But you are, though, so...
Well...
Yes. Quinch, we did indeed make it across the bridge. Thanks once again to your unswerving bravery. I think we can all agree.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the idiot didn't actually do anything.
Krill would also like to add, he does not agree.
The goblins told me that there were humans in this keep. I think we should proceed with caution, just in case these are humans who would do us harm. Although they may be the humans who were the inhabitants of the town, but we must proceed with caution anyway.
I'm looking in front of us and I see some sort of strange buildings and like a big wall thing. Judging from the architecture, I would say that these were built by human hands. I don't know what you guys think. But yeah, this looks... I didn't hear what Dweezil just said, but yeah, I think humans could be here to be... yeah.
Can I investigate the bridge that's like broken down to see if it looks like it was intentionally broken down or if it's a result of the boulders? Like, is there any clean axe cuts?
I think last week we did. Oh, sorry, maybe 10 minutes ago, but when we were on the other side of the bridge, we did ascertain that the bridge was demolished by a boulder falling from the sky. I think it seems like it was longer ago than it was.
Could you do an investigation though to see if it was built by human hands or not?
What, the bridge?
Yeah.
Just jump
I'll
in
happily
here.
do it.
Yeah,
Well-
feel free. I mean, any of you, please roll an investigation to see whether it was built by human hands.
I
Someone roll the
believe
dice.
I get a bonus on that.
Whilst this is happening, Krill turns to Quinch and says, I must ask, why do you sometimes speak in very broken sentences and other times you talk like a very posh man?
I've had a very traumatic life. And people have called me crazy person before, and I confess I've never been challenged on those aspects of my psyche, but I'm happy.
Why do you sound like Boris Johnson?
Let's go forward on the bridge. No, let's go back on the bridge. Let's jump in the water. No, let's stay out of the water.
Jesus.
Krill
Dabble.
just nods.
Dabble, did you investigate the bridge?
What am I investigating for? You've kind of lost me now.
No one knows why
bridge
you're
was made by
investigating in the
humans.
first place.
Whether it's made by humans.
Yeah.
We could just
Right,
ask
okay.
Quinch, he'd know, surely.
Well, I haven't tasted it yet.
Would you say it counted as a technological device?
No. A bridge.
Fine. Well, fuck you, I got a nat 20 anyway. So
I
legitimately did.
You look at the bridge, and you discover that it's possibly the best bridge you've ever seen of this sort of size and stature.
Even though it's got a hole in it?
Even though it's got a hole in it.
I haven't seen any bridges.
That is not the bridge's fault. The actual bridge itself is spectacular. And the one thing that rings out truest, if you had to put your life on it, was that it was made by a human hand. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that helps you or Gregomel in any way whatsoever, or this adventure, but there you go.
It certainly helps. But since I rolled a natural 20, can I be able to tell the name of the architect, and can you make up a name for it right now on the spot, please?
Yeah, his name was Kurge Dunkel.
A Dunkel Bridge is a fine bridge. That's a classic Dunkel right there.
Forever let it be known that Dunkel is the name of bridge builders in this adventure.
I'm sure it's going to come up again, don't you worry.
And I'm
As
sure
they
we'll
say,
remember it.
if it ain't Dunkel, don't cross it.
But ever thought about a job in marketing?
Yeah,
Bridges often need marketing.
Yeah, but they didn't go for Kurge Dunkel. To be fair, when I went for the interview, but also I'm gonna throw in a little bonus bit of information for you, Davov, which is that you ascertain from your investigation of the bridge, not only was it made by human hand by the Dunkel brother. There are two of them. There's Kurge and Burge.
What does the other one make?
The other one makes doors.
I was thinking you were going to say something ironic like boats. And they're just in direct competition.
So together, do they make drawbridges?
He said doors.
Yeah, it's a door, isn't it?
Well, drawbridge is like a bridge and a door, isn't it?
It's like a horizontal door, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of them built it upright, and the other one built it laying down horizontal.
Yeah, I don't know, I thought that was a little funnier than the amount of laugh that gets, but
no, I liked it. Listen.
Well,
my mic must have shut out.
We can edit in some extra laughter. We'll stop at the end of the recording. We'll all laugh a little bit, and we'll just patch it.
No, just get a stock laugh and put that on there.
I was totally getting canned laughter.
I was a fan of it. Dabov, while you're investigating the bridge and noticing how excellent it is, you also do ascertain that the big gaping hole seems to be caused by certainly. Well, you can't discern that it's boulder necessarily, but you assume it is. It's not been cleanly cut or anything like that. There's a lot of wood just dangling down and things like that. It's all been damaged quite badly. Cool. Certainly not by a.
Boy, I sure hope we stay on this bridge forever.
Well, it is a Dunkel. We'll be safe.
Next.
Krill looks at the other end of the bridge and he sees... Fill me in, Nate.
Oh, so you're looking south now, finally?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So in front of you, you see two windowless stone gatehouses with wood shingling high-pitched rooftops. Between them stands a set of oak doors with iron hinges. They are currently shut, but aside from that, I mean, the tower itself is probably you're talking it's sort of two-story tall, so it's, I don't know what that would be, like 20 foot up or something along those lines.
Krill... Oh, gone.
No, go ahead.
Right, yeah, Krill's just sort of fed up and he's looking at the bridge. He just approaches, picks up his axe and sort of just, like, not with a sharp end of the axe, he sort of turns it sidewards, sort of flatwards. Is that a word? I don't think it is. Flatwards, sidewards, non-sharp end, and just sort of bangs it 6 times. 6 times on the gate. And then he just says, "Is there anybody inside?"
Can you roll me a strength check?
Oh,
Strength check. Oh, yes, I can.
Acoustics.
Plus 4. 23 total.
23 total. As you're knocking on the door, you basically knock hard enough that you ascertain that the door is unlocked. It sort of swings open pretty easily. But you don't hear anybody calling back from within.
Krill is a big fan of an inward opening door.
It's something he can deal with. He can. Yeah, he's not learned how to kick out a door.
Yeah. Well, usually he just goes inside and then kicks it outwards.
So
doors open.
There's two doors. The one you knocked has swung open. The other one's still shut.
Okay, what do I see through this door?
So as you peer through the door,
let's say I step through. I'll step through the door.
Dweezil visibly winces at the idiocy of the green man.
Can I have a dexterity check with disadvantage, please? No, I'm kidding. You walk through the door.
Okay.
You walk through the door, slowly making your way through the gatehouse, noticing the fine work. And actually, you wonder whether the door is one of the Dunkel brothers' doors. It's not in this instance because it opened quite easily. In the grounds, in the inner bailey, you obviously see a huge boulder right in front of you. Clearly, one of the many boulders that has peppered this fine Nightstone town. And you sort of look around and see one or two others around, and notice that this keep has not. Has met the same fate as the rest of the town. In front of you, you find a large keep, approximately, about 40 foot wide or so, and about again probably like two stories, so again about 20 or so foot high, rounded towers with a few sort of windows and arrow slits in the walls.
Right. Krill's not so keen to go completely charging in on his own. He's going to sort of walk back to the partially open door that he's sort of gone through. Is he able to open both gates fully?
Yeah, you can go back and
fully open both gates, show the lads that there's no one in the immediate vicinity, and sort of wave them in, gesturing them in with his axe sideways, flatwards, and it seems like they're getting the gist. And then we all gather in the forecourt.
As Dweezil walks through, and it looks as if we're entering an abandoned keep, he just says to the others, perhaps the little green fellows were not being entirely truthful. It seems as if, like the town, the keep is abandoned, my friends.
Krill says we should search just to check.
They've got to be keeping the flour from the windmill somewhere.
Krill says, should we split up or stay together?
I'd say stay together.
Flour? I think the flour is a 5-person job.
We plan on finding a lot.
I say, everyone who wants flour, go with Quinch. If you don't want flour, come with me. And then I'm going to start walking around this side of the building.
Quinch follows him immediately.
And then I sort of step out.
I'm going to follow them around as well, around to the west.
As we come through the gate towers, is there anything? Are there entrances to the gate towers? Are the windows?
So when you walk through the gates, you don't see any entrances to the gatehouse itself. But as Quinch and Krill make their way west, they notice a doorway on the west side of the west gatehouse. In terms of the keep itself, as you walk through, you've noticed that there's a front door, if you will, so right at the north end of the tower, just here between the two rounded towers, there's a doorway.
weird that we've decided to just go around rather than the door immediately in front of us.
Yeah, it's worth noting as well. This whole thing is encircled by gates, about 8 foot high. No, there's an 8 foot ramp. Sorry, that leads up to these fence around the outside of the motte, which again are about 20 foot tall.
Okay, so Krill sort of notices this big hole in the wall, and then he's gonna go have a little look-see and see what's going on here.
Yep, so on the northwest side of the keep, you notice that there's been a sustained attack of boulders. It's unclear whether this was intentional or just pure chance, but essentially it's pretty much knocked out the entire northwest wall of the keep, exposing the inside, which you can see into. And on the right-hand side of the map, I'm just going to reveal what you can see. This, essentially a small round room on the ground floor. Very little as a doorway on the eastern wall of it, but otherwise it's a pretty empty room. But just it's another access point for you to get into the tower.
Krill, do you see the small door on the east wall of this small circular building thing? This looks like an access point.
Krill says, "Let me climb up for a better look." And then he sort of climbs over the rubble, and then I guess we could say he's sort of inside.
Quinch starts licking the floor, and then
Krill moves faster to get away from that.
Sorry, for the record, Quinch, can you what floor are you licking?
Where the boulders are.
So you're licking the boulders again. Is this to discern any ritualistic?
The ground near the boulder, just to see if there are any sort of ritualistic remnants.
Please roll me an investigation check, please.
Of course.
Please.
Of course.
Please.
I don't think taste has ever been rolled so much in the early stages of a game as it has with us. 2 boulders, a window. Have I missed anything? I'm pretty sure he licked the sword as well. Did he lick the sword?
Probably
without telling us. He's like, that's definitely shit on that sword.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3. My total is a 3.
A total is a 3. You lick the boulders, and very much like the first boulder as you entered Nightstone, again you can't discern how ritualistic or not that this is. You're starting to wonder actually whether licking stones is going to give you any insight into anything at this point.
No, I'm not.
Well, you might not be, but maybe Quinch's. Krill, as you make your way into the room, you notice nothing extra from what you couldn't have seen over the boulder itself. The boulders are fairly big, but you're obviously quite a tall guy that can see over them and around them. This is a simple room in a keep with a as I say, there's a door on the eastern side, which who knows where that may lead.
Krill, I dare you to yell. I dare you to bang on the door and say something like, "You stupid keep people. Why don't you show yourselves, you stupid smelly keep people?"
Krill says, "I don't know what a dare is, but I'll do it anyway." And then he goes up and he says, he knocks with the flatwards side of his axe, and he says, "Smelly people, come out, you keep." And then he looks back at Quinch and goes, "What else?"
Quinch nods profusely and giggles.
And then I just keep knocking, just keep knocking, just keep knocking.
You just keep knocking at the door like a madman.
Yeah. It sort of turns into a little bit of a beat. He's sort of making it a little bit musical. He's learned a little bit from his short time with Dweezil. Okay. Dweezil approves. I'm not Dweezil, but Dweezil approves.
Dweezil's ears prick up and he goes, "Oh, what's that wonderful syncopated rhythm I hear in
Dweezil? Dweezil, come in here. The big one's dropping heavy beats.
Start a bit of Earth, Wind and Fire. Do you remember? No.
When it was like September.
That's not the lyric. That's not the lyrics, Stuart. Well, everyone knows those aren't the lyrics.
I never knew that Earth, Wind and Fire was one of your buttons.
So you're knocking at the door. And then...
Oh, I've stopped knocking at this point.
You stop knocking. You hear suddenly from the other side a shouting voice that goes a little bit like this. What you doing?
Dweezil, I'm scared. Come, there's a strange, scary voice.
What you need to do is just reply and say you're from the postcode lottery.
TV license. No. Crew says...
Can I hear Quinch when he's shouting me?
You can, I think, where you are. You can probably hear from where you are. You're only a few feet away, aren't you?
Make my way in then.
And obviously, I'd imagine that he's got a very booming voice as our Boris Quinch.
I'm going to go in as well because it sounds like something interesting's going on. And I don't want to miss out.
Krill says, "We've killed the goblins. There's no more danger out here."
Who's there, like?
Krill says, "I can't understand you. You speak in a really strange voice."
I speak in a strange voice. What about you, big lad?
Trust me, I think this little band of bandits knows a thing or two about strange voices, Mr. or Mrs.
Krill says, "Are you going to let us in or not?"
You tell me who you are first.
"I am Krill Tzula, Orc Chieftain to be."
Orc, one of those green nuts.
"I am green, that is correct."
Did you come here with the others?
"If you're referring to the goblins, they are dead."
How do I know you're not lying?
Krill does not lie. He has too much honor.
Can you roll a persuasion check, please?
14 total.
I don't know. I don't think I believe you.
You have two choices. You let us in, or we come in without your permission.
I walk over and I place my hand on Krill's chest the same way as I would do to Quinch. I have to lift my hand up slightly because they're both quite big lads. Just pat him on the chest and I just go, "Shh." And I say, "There is no need to be scared, my friend. We will not hurt you. We have rid the town of the goblins and we have come to free you from this exile that has been imposed on you. Please open the door."
As Dweezil pats him on the chest, Krill purrs.
Totem of the cat. I don't know. You guys, you've changed your tact already. Like, this one's threatening me, and you're trying to be all nicey.
Patience is not my strong suit.
The orc's strongest muscles are not in his head, my friend. If you understand my drift, he speaks without thinking. He is not a thoughtful man like you and I.
Krill does have strong head, and he headbutts the door.
What the fuck was that?
Krill's strong head.
Who are you, anyway? Are you another green one?
No, I'm far from green, my friend. My name is Dweezil Van Zafir. I am a simple teller of stories, travelling teller of stories. I came here to look for stories that I may retell. Perhaps you would like to be a part of my story, sir. If you would kindly open the door so we could meet you, then I will add your name to the ballad that I tell of this fateful day.
Stories, you say? Like lies?
You do not! And I repeat, you do not disgrace the name of Dweezil Van Zephyr. Quince charges at the door.
Dweezil moves.
Krill still stood in the way of the door.
Right. It sounds like Quinch is ramming Krill into
Right.
the door.
Can I have a strength on strength check between Krill and Quinch, please?
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Oh, that is going to be a strong one, I think. 11.
Oh, you're not going to believe this. It's also an 11.
Oh, yes.
As Quinch runs directly at the doorway where Krill is stood, they basically... It's the immovable object, not the immovable Rob. It's the immovable object meets the irresistible force, and they collide and both sort of just go their separate ways. Krill bashes up against the door, whilst Quinch sort of ends up on his tushy.
Is it the irresistible force? Is that
the irresistible force?
Is it not unstoppable? Is it mean the same
Irresistible
thing?
force, immovable objects.
Yeah. Immovable object meets the irresistible force.
Correct.
Quill has often been described as irresistible.
And a force, probably.
Yeah.
While this is going on, can Gregomal kind of come in on this little broomstick into the room and goes, "Have you tried mentioning my name? I'm kind of a big deal to humans, you know."
I
Wait.
don't really
What happened?
remember your name.
Can I just check what happened with our collision? Because we sort of didn't find out what happened.
Yeah, I did. You bashed up against the door. You sort of just hit each other and sort of bounced off each other. So Quinch landed on his bum.
And
You
I
sort of just knocked up.
headbutt the door again.
Yeah.
Unintentionally this time.
It sounds like a lot of commotion going over there. Why should I don't know why I should let you in.
Because Crew's head hurts.
I need first aid. While that's going on, can I, one, check that the door is actually locked? Because we haven't yet. And if it is locked, can I look at the other guys as if to say, keep them talking and attempt to pick the lock?
Yeah, you may do. Can you roll a stealth check?
Yeah, no worries.
A sleight of hand check, actually.
Oh,
Man,
16.
16. You manage to, whilst they're sort of talking their way through this, you manage to sort of...
Man with pond voice. How old are you?
Awesome. Fuck what I wanted to do then.
No, he's keeping him talking.
I think he's keeping him distracted. I think he's actually playing into it for once. Devil.
Wow.
And you just shut him down.
That's a rude question. Why are you asking me that? I don't know what's going on here. You lots are really fucking weird.
Dabov, just to let you know, I don't actually give a fuck how old he is.
I could hear that.
Good job. Just gives him the thumbs up. Just really good effort. We're right next to the door, and you're whispering like you're in a fucking helicopter. So
I'm keeping you busy like you asked.
Whilst you pick the door. No, don't say that.
With your sleight of hand, you manage to discern that the door is not locked. This guy is maybe not bluffing you. Maybe he doesn't realise whether he knows whether it's locked or not. But the door is very much unlocked.
great.
And to Krill's dismay, this door opens inwards, I'm afraid.
It's withstood 2 headbutts. Can I do investigation to check if it's a dunkel? 2 headbutts while unlocked, I'd like to point out.
Listen. The very front door was not a dunkel. Do you think they're not going to put their best money into the front door?
Fair point.
Wow.
Well, maybe they decide the luxurious inside, you know.
Must have spent it
Like
all
when
on
you
the
get like a
bridge.
really crap-looking house, but then you go inside and it's like a palace.
Very true. Very true. They probably should have done more with their roofing at this point than their doors.
Can we get a Homes Under the Hammer style tour? No, I'm kidding.
So I look back to the other guys and just with hand gestures imply that it's not locked and sort of ask, shall we just go in?
Krill gives backhand gestures, but they don't have any meaning. He just thinks he's responding. Throws up some
gang signs.
Yeah. He does that bloods thing that you can do with your hands that I was really proud of when I was about 13. Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it. So what are you doing?
Krill untangles his hands, and then Luke's giving him the nod. I mean, Dabov. Who fucks Luke? Luke? Yeah. Dabov's giving him the nod. Krill sort of... Is there a door handle? How is this door looking?
Yeah, so it's got your traditional door handle, nice little round door handle. Hinges your side, so essentially you're pulling it in.
This is a weird feeling. Krill doesn't like this. He grabs the door handle and sort of yanks it outwards, and then he's immediately through it. He's like, Can I have a strength check to see? Because as you do that, he notices the door handle being turned and grabs for the handle in an attempt to hold it tight from his side. So can I have a strength check from you, please? Can he withstand the force of a 24 nat 20?
He can't, no. You managed to get there just ever so slightly before he could really get a good grasp on it. He does get a hand on it, but not enough to fully get any real purchase on it, and you essentially yank the door open. And in doing so...
Can I yank it off its hinges with my natural 20?
No, but you do pull it open as far as you possibly can.
Less impressive.
So yeah, the door's open. You can now see inward, and you see 4 humans, 2 men, two females. The one's
I feel
been
like
talking
I've
to...
interrupted something.
You also notice that the other 3, you got there's one that there's a man obviously by the door where you've been essentially talking to, negotiating will, if you will. The other 3 are around what appears to be a dead female body.
Hideous pond goblin-faced person. Where is the flower?
What the fuck are you on about?
You've
come in here, and what are you doing here?
Where's the flower, you ugly, ugly person?
Quench. Calm down. Why? Never mind. Why are we here? Why are you here? Why are you in a keep that has been destroyed by boulders? This building is not fit for goblin habitation, let alone human habitation. Why are you here? Why is there a lady on the... What is happening here?
All right, mate, calm down. All right, calm down.
And there it is. I've been waiting for that since you put that accent on.
So offensive.
I'd like to roll investigation check for shell suits, please.
Quinch stands up off of the floor, dusts himself off. May I enter your room where you are, please?
Wait, he asked about the flower while he's just laid on the ground.
Excuse me, big blue lad. I'm talking here. I'm talking to to this lovely half elf or whatever he is. I belong here. All right. This is my home. You've come into my home on one of the worst days I've ever had, and you want to question us?
I just want to come in, sit down, and we can talk about your problems. I'm sure we can work through this.
And you think ripping a door open's the way to do it?
I didn't really rip it. That wasn't me anyway.
Dweezil says to the man, "We mean you no harm. We came to the town and found the town overrun with goblins. We want to know what happened to the people of the town. We had assumed that, or I had assumed that perhaps the goblins had kept you interned within this keep. If what you say is true and this keep is your home, then perhaps you can tell us what has happened in the town, what's happened to this keep, And more importantly, what has happened to that woman that is on the floor who appears to be dead?
Can I have a persuasion check?
Right, it's a 13.
It's the 13. This is a 10. So you manage to. You suddenly see like the guy sort of just realise that maybe you're not quite as intimidating, or that you're not there to kill them, or that you seem to maybe be on the level, and this is maybe just a bit of a misunderstanding. And he says, "All right, I'm gonna take you for your word, but one wrong move, sunshine, and there'll be hell to pay." I don't know where that accent comes from. I don't know where I've gone a little bit something or other there.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Krill just laughs a little at his threat.
Do you have a chair I could sit in, please?
Look around, sunshine. The whole floor's a chair.
Quint
Have you got
walks
any
into the
coffee
room.
that we could brew while we're listening to your story?
Look over there where that rubble is. That used to be the kitchen. You tell me if we've got any coffee.
Krill approaches the rubble and starts digging.
Okay. If you find coffee, let me know.
Okay, Greg, I got you. Throws a little wink and finger guns in his direction.
The guard turns around to Dweezil and says, "Their name's Mendel Sands. These are my associates. Toran Brick, Alara Winterspell, and Zalim Zan. We're guards here. We're guards to the Lady Nandar. She died. That there is Lady Nandar."
Dabov says, "Not very good guards then."
Oh, sick burn.
Krill says...
The guard turns sharply to Dabov and says, "You try fucking guarding boulders from the sky, little one."
Doesn't look like any boulders landed anywhere near her. And I do a sassy neck wobble.
Dweezil turns to Quinch and tries to get his attention and says, "Quinch, this may be problematic. It was the Lady Nandar who wished the goblins rid from Nightstone."
Whilst Krill's digging, he picks up what looks to be a dead bird of some sort, and he turns to the man who's let us in, and he says, "I've found this bird, small, flightless, edible, sometimes fried, sometimes called a hen. What would you call this?"
A liver bird, probably.
What?
Krill feels like you've ruined his joke.
I'm so confused.
Oh.
I don't even know what the joke was, to be fair.
I wanted you to say chicken in a Scouse accent.
Chicken.
Chicken?
Is that a thing? I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Chicken.
Chicken chips. Sorry.
Wow.
Quinch gets up off of the floor, walks over to Lady Nandar,
Nando's chicken.
sticks his one of his fingers in her mouth, and then walks back over to where he was sitting and sits back down and.
At the point that you put your finger in her mouth, the guards draw their weapons.
Quinch.
Fuck's sake.
Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button on your favourite podcast app to ensure you don't miss any future instalments of Dice and Desire. And in the meantime, if you want to interact with us, come and find us on Twitter and Instagram @Dice and Desire.